Hello there. Wiring issues. Everything seems to work apart from I've got potentially two faults, and they revolve around the tail lamp. The tail lamp, tail light, and the brake light. So I've isolated, these are the three cables that feed back to the tail light unit, and they go kind of as follows. So we've got a brown cable which connects to the brown cable connector, and that I assume, well, so I've been told, is brown is the tail light. I think that's the tail light connector. There's also a connector for it's a green with a yellow stripe, and I think that is the brake light, or vice versa. So one's brake light, one is the tail light, because it's a twin filament bulb. And there's an earth, and the earth goes into this 4-point connector. Earth goes in there. That's the earth that goes to the ground earth. These two here are earths from the rear indicators. Now, the problem I've got is I've tried to describe this on Facebook, and so many people just couldn't understand it. So let me try and illustrate it here. Okay, I'm going to turn the electrics on. There's our neutral light, we know there's power getting through, and I'm going to do the brake lever. So let me get this here, hopefully you can see it there, and if I can do the brake lever, hopefully you can see that it is illuminating when I press the lever there, and when I press the pedal brake lever, the rear brake. Can we do that here? Yeah, so that's illuminating there. That's fine. So we know the rear brake light works, but when I turn the headlight on, turn that on there, go on, turn that on. So we've got our headlights, let me show you there. We've got our headlights. Now, when I press the rear brake light, it doesn't work. And what you'll also notice is, because the headlights are on, the rear brake light, the rear tail light should also be on, but it's not. So the rear tail light doesn't work in any situation, whilst the brake light does work, but only when the headlight is turned off. So I'm really flummoxed. I should say I've changed the bulbs in the rear tail light. It's a twin filament bulb, but I've changed bulbs. No difference. Changed all the fuses in the fuse box. No different. Everything else works apart from the rear tail light that doesn't work at all, and the brake light, which only works when the headlights are off. So I've had a few confusing comments when I posted some questions on Facebook on the CB750 forums. Some really helpful, some not so helpful, some very confusing. Some seems to suggest it is a problem with an earth. I think Americans call it ground. Some took issue with the fact that these cables in here were going to the ground. They are actually grounds from the rear indicators. And some had suggested that there might be a problem with the connection in the taillight unit as well, in terms of there should be an additional earth in there. I've not checked it because I've not opened it up yet. So I guess that's going to be my next port of call, really. Auto electrics aren't my strong point. Not helped because I'm colourblind. I don't have good colour vision. Well, now let's see what we've got. Taken now. Oh, it's just rested that there for now. We've got brake lights and we've got tail light and we've got brake lights even when the headlights are on. This was the culprit. Can you see it? Where are we? Where are we? Oh, I'm trying to find the bloody thing. It's an earth. A little earth cable. Oh God. There, can you see it? That connector. Okay. To disconnect the running lights, it's actually quite simple. You've just got to disconnect from the sheath the orange and white cable going to one indicator, and the blue and white cable going to the other indicator. They are dual filament bulbs, so that actually means supply is still getting to the indicator bulbs, but you've cut the supply going to the running light side of it. So they're sorted now. Next is the indicator buzzer, which is around there. It's actually here. That's the speaker part of it. I've got my finger in the way, just there. So tracing the cables back, they go into the headlight shell. I've just got to see what they are. I think they're brown and blue, but I'll let you know. Okay, sorted it. It's actually the brown with a blue line in it, and I've literally just snipped it, and I'm gonna tidy them up, and that's it, done. Right, and so the moment of truth. Okay, let's get some power in there. There's our neutral light. Let's try some headlights. We've got headlights. Different beams. Yeah. We've got a tail light. We've got, let me hope, if I can hold my camera there, like that way. Brake lights. And we have indicators without a horrible noise. So, in terms of the lighting now, oops, all fully UK legal. So that's great. Funnily enough, when I was going online to see, the best way of disconnecting these kind of things, I actually found a comment to say that when Honda introduced that kind of indicator buzzer, apparently they released it in the UK as well, but it was subject to a recall notice from Honda because the Department of Transport suddenly contacted them to say that the buzzers were confusing or potentially confusing blind people pelican crossings, and you can see why that is, because that noise is, I think, although, you know, it's useful as a reminder to turn your indicators off. To be honest, it's not something I forget anyway. I'm always double checking my indicators, actually. But yeah, something I've never thought about, the idea that it could confuse people at pelican crossings, is an interesting point. Anyway, what I'll be able to do now is, now that I've got those electric parts done, we've got Easter coming up, so I've got a bit of time. I'm going to be concerning myself more with the carburetors, see if I can get them sorted, if I can get them running nicely, get them balanced, and then I can turn my attention to the paintwork. We're kind of good to go, really.